Rosemount dad is taking it upon himself to build an ice rink. You're gonna love it, and so we're gonna have a story coming up next. Still ahead, we're gonna tell you about some tall ships that are sailing into the Twin Ports up in Duluth.
All right, but coming up next, a Rosemount dad fulfills his son's request. Wait till you see what his son asked for. This is cool. All right, a Rosemount dad is taking it upon himself to build a community ice rink. And you may ask, okay, that's kind of cool, motivated by your own interests. What? No, he was motivated because his son said, Dad, I want an ice rink. And that's what he's getting.
I'd have asked for a pony.
Yes.
I really would have. A pony and a barn. I want a pony and a barn.
1968 Carmen Gia is maybe something I would have asked for, but
that
an ice
might be
rink.
coming.
That may be coming. All right, Trent Eigner is here from Rosemount. Nice to have you here. Your son just kind of is obviously an ice hockey athlete, and he wanted an ice rink, and he thought you may be able to help him out. What's going on here?
You know, it really came about, some people that we know went through a project like this in the South Metro, and me being in the residential remodeling business, I guess in Buzz's mind, my son, if I could remodel a bathroom, I could build anything.
Right.
So he just kind of said, why don't you just build an ice rink?
Well, it kind of stems too because ice time in the South Metro is really, really hard to come by. Do you think this is going to alleviate that a little bit?
You know, that's kind of the hope that in the south suburbs, especially the surrounding communities to Rosemount where we're building the facility, is that it'll allow some of the younger kids to travel less to South St. Paul, Wakota,
right.
You know, and keep some of the parents closer so that the early taste they get for hockey is a good one rather than Saturday and Sunday morning on the road.
And you were a hockey player as well, correct? So you understood his, obviously, like many dads, his passion for their son's ability to play. Where did you play?
I started out in the Rosemount Hockey Association, so I'm kind of a homegrown guy back there doing this rink. But through the ranks, I ended up playing college hockey at Miami of Ohio University and went to training camp at the San Jose Sharks in 1994, and then spent 6 glorious years in the minor leagues on buses and whatnot, but chasing the dream, and now I'm back in Rosemount working on this project.
And some of the relationships you formed during that time is helping you out now, because, I mean, ice rink costs a lot of money, so you had to go on and get in some investors. Can you tell us? And there's some Minnesota connections there as well, right?
Yeah, it actually goes back to Rosemount again. Yeah. A kid that I actually coached on a little bit when he was playing in his younger days, who's now a member of the Los Angeles Kings. Tom Pricing is his name. He's involved in the project, and then a college roommate of mine who was a much better player than me, fortunately, played 12 years in the National Hockey League, Brian Savage, is also an investor in the project. So
now, where are you building this? I mean, you're not just, you know, buying a piece of land. You got an existing structure.
Correct, correct. It's actually, it came about is that it's on my way home from work a lot of days. It's a vacant grocery store that's been vacant for 3 to 4 years, and I drove by it enough times to say, you know, there's got to be a chance to get this done in there. So it's taken a while to get to this point, but we ended up there.
So what are you hearing from your community? Are they pretty happy you're doing this?
Yeah, I've had several meetings with the mayor and a lot of people in the Hockey Association that are obviously very excited about the project, and the hope is that it'll be a nice little community venture for you know, another good spot for kids to hang out.
And like you said, local kids will be able to get there, get some ice time, because this is really going to be geared toward the younger kids, right? And maybe some of the older leagues for maybe married men, a little bit older. Is that right?
Yeah, the facility will have a little restaurant bar in it, so I'm sure that the men's leagues will be popular, and that's the hope. But yeah, it's going to serve the little kids a great need in that niche. But you know, for the most part, parents having to travel less, turning a 1-hour practice into a 3-hour practice if you've got to travel an hour or 40 minutes either way. You know, here it's 5-10 minutes from Rosemount, Farmington, Hastings, and hopefully those kids and parents will enjoy that.
And when's it done?
Right now we're scheduled to open October 3rd, and hopefully, you know, by the 15th we'll get the kids on the ice.
Is your son helping you?
He's there.
He's there?
Yeah, he's kind of a job soup.
Well, it's funny.
Good foreman, right?
He just let us know that he's all of a sudden into bowling. And he's working on your next summer's project.
He wants an alley now. Really bowling alley.
Buzz, just keep asking.
You can tell him that his college fund is in this rink. So it's all fair game.
Trent, thank you. It's a good thing you're doing down
Thanks
in the community.
for having me.
We appreciate you
it.
sharing your story. Yeah, very cool. Coming up next, a beautiful sight off the shores of Duluth, something you're going to be able to take part in if you want to this week.